Hi, Dave Jack here, Superintendent of Fauquier County Public Schools with another edition of One Hard Question. Only about 4 or 5, actually 5 or 6 more One Hard Questions this year. So if you have something pressing you'd like to ask, the window is slowly closing. So you want to send those in. But anyway, this question comes from Amy, and it's a very good question. Something that I dealt with both as a coach and as a principal. It says this, my One Hard Question pertains to high school sports. While I appreciate the job you've done with the county's academic programs, I'm hoping you'll be able to also address the athletic programs. This is not to say that you haven't done anything for athletics. Rather, I would like to propose allowing 8th graders to try out for JV school sports. I'm a parent of 2 girls that play both field hockey and lacrosse. Their high school struggle to field 2 teams. Their teams compete against counties that either allow 8th graders to participate in the JV level or are located in more populated areas. I'm wondering why Fauquier does not allow 8th graders to participate in JV sports, especially those that do not have enough players to field a JV team. And then Amy lists some pros and cons related to coaches, transportation, etc. I'm sure there are many more pros and cons. Just wanted to see what your thoughts were and if you'd support this. So good question, Amy. And the short answer is I would support this if it was something that my principals came to me, and high school principals specifically, and said that they were in favor of or wanted. Because I think this falls within their domain and not necessarily mine. But as a rule, I would support it. VHSL allows this. 8th graders are allowed to participate in JV sports. So that's not a problem on the state's end. But it's something, I guess, that we used to do in Fauquier County, and I had to go to the Smithsonian and ask her what the history was, and apparently at one time we did allow it, but high school principals decided against it. And what I'm hearing and what I've heard is it had to do with the physical maturity of the 8th graders themselves and their ability to compete against 9th, 10th, and even sometimes 11th graders at the JV level. So that's one issue. And the issue is the emotional piece, the emotional maturity of these students. So, and that's, I don't know, I guess you could argue that either way. I'm sure there's plenty of 8th graders who are more mature than some of our 9th and 10th graders. I don't doubt that that's true. But that's the general reasoning for why that's not allowed in Fauquier County. Would I support the principals if they decided they wanted to go in that direction? Absolutely. In fact, this is such a good question. I think I'll make this a topic, or put it on the agenda at the next principals meeting, which will be in April, because I would like to hear them a little bit more, because I know from firsthand experience that we do have a problem with some sports. Field hockey and lacrosse are 2 good examples in terms of our ability to have a full roster for a JV team. So it's a problem. So it's a good question, and I'm going to look into it. And I'm not unsupportive, but I do defer to our principals specifically for these types of questions. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you, Amy. Thanks for the question. And for everyone else out there, remember there's not much time left. So if you have questions, please send them on in. Thank you.